Hello everybody. So today we are going to discuss about how we are going to install Visual Studio Code and how we are going to run a Visual Studio Code on a C# code on our MacBook. So let's get started. So first thing we will do is you'll go to download Visual Studio Code, and you'll go to the download over here, and you'll probably download from the free download, which is over here. So it starts. I've already downloaded it, so I won't download it again. So let's see. And I've worked at Microsoft, and I always loved Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio. So Visual Studio Code is actually really good, and all the code that I will be writing would be in Visual Studio Code, except the Xcode for the iOS apps. But this is really good. Like you can write Swift. I can actually write Swift code inside Visual Studio Code. I can also write like C#, Java, like assembly level code, a lot of good things. So like I've always loved Visual Studio Code. So let's see when it installs. Okay, so Visual Studio Code is installed and it is running over here. So that's all you have to do. Now Visual Studio Code is basically running and functional. Second thing you would need to do is you need to go to if you're in a Mac, you will say download .NET Core. So you'll go over here and you will click on this link, which will download the .NET Core. And I have already downloaded the .NET Core, and I'll install this too. So I'll say continue, install, and I'll give my password. Okay, so that's done. Now I have my Visual Studio Code running right now. I will open a folder, and I will go to my documents folder, create a new folder called .NET test app, and I'll click open. So you can see that the folder is open, and what I have to do is I have to do Control and press tilde at the same time. So Control tilde will bring up the terminal over here, and you can see all your files which are there are over here. You can search over here. This is for your GitHub repository. These are like for debugging and stuff like that, and your extensions are over here. So let's actually create a project. We'll say we are writing a console application, so we'll say .NET new console. Okay, that's all you have to do, and it will create a console application for us. And over here you will see that there is a CS project file opened and a program.cs file which is there. It will ask you to install C# extension. I'll click install, and this extension is installed. After that, I'll come over here, and it's installing the package. We'll just wait for it. Okay, so that is done, and it says that we need assets to build and debug information. To build and debug information are missing, so I'll just say yes, add all those things. So now my application is all ready, and I can put a debugger over here, and I can say debug and start debugging. And I can see that my program actually runs, and it reaches over here, and I can press function F5, and I can see that hello world gets printed over here. So this is the easy, like a a very small way of a easy way of adding Visual Studio Code on your MacBook, and you can just start running your application on Visual Studio Code. Thank you.